So in New York City, they're running out of money. They're running out of money to house migrants. And they're telling migrants that they have been putting in hotels all this time. Migrants that they have been giving them the EBT and food stamps and all kind of things they've been giving them. Now they're telling them, hey, we run out of money and you're going to have to, be evicted. You got to go find your own place. Even though they give them money, go find their own place to leave the shelter, as we covered on our podcast. But they tell them that you're going to have to go move around. And the migrants are not really in the position to be moving around like that. And they want to evict, a lot of them. But check out what this sister says from New York about, what's about to go down.
Imagine inviting migrants to New York City. 40,000 migrants to New York City. We say, come to New York. Come to New York. We have jobs waiting for you. Okay? America is the land of the free. We give you benefits. We set you up in a hotel. We give you more benefits than we give our own citizens. We gonna hook you up. Come to New York. Come to America. You fall for the okie doke. You're not set up in a hotel, set up in a shelter. Okay? Now, they're going to evict you. They're evicting you. They evict you. Now you have no place to stay. Your time is up. Guess what? They're going to make homelessness illegal. So now you're homeless and you're breaking the law. You're breaking the law. So guess what's going to happen? Now, these migrants are going to fill up their private prisons. Okay? And they're going to have free workers.
Well, that strategy of putting the migrants in the hotels and giving them everything, that was a lose-lose situation. Because only for that to win, they literally would have to be doing jobs, working 12 hours a day in factories and whatever else, right? And they just go there basically to sleep, but they have to get up and go to work every single day. They have not been doing that. You have a bunch of military-age males running around New York City and getting in trouble. They are joining gangs. You having, prostitution, all kind of things that's going on ever since these migrants have came, because what money do they really have other than what's being given to them? You understand what I'm saying? So some of them do get involved in criminality. And you can't just take care of people like that and not give them an ability to take care of themselves. And that's why it was a lose-lose situation from the get-go. And taxpayers in New York City should be outraged about all the tax dollars going to migrants when you have a lot of New Yorkers who's homeless. When I looked at, the numbers of the homeless population based on race, Black Americans are the most homeless in New York City, but we're the most homeless in every major city in the United States of America, at least that has a significant Black population. So all the homeless people who are out here, veterans who are dealing with homelessness, you don't go take care of them, but you're making sure that the migrants went to hotels. I mean, you can imagine the big slap on the face to the homeless when they start seeing migrants show up on buses, and then you putting them in the hotels. And yet our homeless population, our American citizens, are on the street with the rats. And them rats are about biggest cats out there. And shout out to the cats. Make sure the cats stay safe. But they're biggest cats out there. Okay? Biggest cats. And imagine how angry you can get, even, and then you as a homeless person here and they're getting EBT. Then you hear they being spoiled and talking about, oh, I don't like this food. It's not my cultural food. Like, imagine as you as a homeless person hearing all this. And yeah, you're just trying to get a meal to survive. You sleeping in a tent. You sleeping wherever, right? You sleeping in the subway as a homeless person. But somebody that came over here because they chose to come here. Because you can't say, oh, well, they have one asylum. No. In order to come up from all them countries they coming from, they pass up so many other countries. I don't care if you're on the other side of the world. If you're in the African continent, there's other African countries that's doing very well. You can get asylum in. If you're in Latin America, there's a lot of Latin American countries you could have got asylum in that's doing very well. If you're in the Caribbean, there's Caribbean countries that's doing well that you could have went and got asylum in the Caribbean. You understand what I'm saying? Ukrainians, they could have went to a European country that's their culture that's doing very well. Ukrainians could have went to Poland. They could have went to Switzerland. They could have went to all these other places. There's no excuse why everybody's coming here. It's no excuse. None. Why they coming here. You understand what I'm saying? So you miss me with all that. Everybody coming here mess. The Chinese that say they leaving. Well, there's a lot of Asian countries that are doing very well. The Chinese can go to and get asylum at. There's no reason for them, nobody to come here. None. No, they come here to get free stuff. And unfortunately, American citizens put up with the politicians just giving free stuff away. That's our tax dollars, but our homeless, our children, our people here aren't benefiting. Of course, they run out of money. And at the same time, in the area of voting, American citizens got to understand that the Democrat Party is about spending your tax dollars, open borders, all this other thing. And we got to do something as American citizens at the polls, of course, doing something politically at the polls, because you got to watch it. Say with some of these people today, these people are silly. But they're going to set the migrants up for failure. And then what it's going to do is going to cause more crime because they need money. How are they going to eat if you cut them off like that with no jobs? They got to give them people some job. You know what I'm saying? Now, she's talking about putting them in jail. I don't see that happening. I don't see them getting mass incarcerated. No, they want to mass incarcerate us as Black Americans. They're not trying to mass incarcerate anybody else. But it's a powder keg for disaster coming. I'm telling you with this situation.